Going to call to order the Parish of Ascension Finance Committee meeting November 13th. OJ, can you do the invocation and the pledge?
Bow our heads. Dear Lord, bless this great nation, bless this great state, bless this great parish. Bless all the council members who make the right decision tonight, and most of all, bless all the armed forces service members who serve this great country to give us the freedom we have today. Thank you, Lord. Amen.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, we are missing Mr. Chase, Brett, Joel, and Travis. Chair's addition. 5A is going to be removed from the agenda. That's the only thing. Anybody wishing to speak for or against an item can sign the red or green card with the secretary. All right. Approval of a renewal of cooperative endeavor agreement with Ascension Economic Development Corporation to promote and develop industry, commerce, and economic development for a not to exceed amount of $322,800. Who did that? Motion, Mr. Blaine. Second, Mr. Joseph. Any questions? Send to council. Approval of renewal of a cooperative endeavor agreement between the Parish Fire District Number 3 and Prairieville Fire Department, Inc. for the compensation of part-time firefighters for the 2026 calendar year. Total compensation not to exceed $490,000. Motion, Mr. Dennis. Second, Mr. Varnado. Any questions, comments? Send to council. Approval of agreement with the Picard Group LLC for professional services related to the legislative branch of state government on the basis of $10,000 per month for federal government affairs services and $7,500 per month for state governmental affairs services. The not to exceed amount is $250,000 for federal and state services, printing, travel, events, and miscellaneous cost. Motion Todd, second Ms. Pam. Any questions or comments? Send to council. Approval of amendment number 1 to the intergovernmental agreement with the town of Sorrento to replace the estimated quantities and rates with the actual quantities and rates for this project for an updated total amount not to exceed $205,242.65. This amendment also revises the contract term. Motion, Ms. Pam. Second, Mr. Dennis. Any questions or comments? Be sent to council. Approval of 2026 cost of living adjustment for all Ascension Parish government employees. A 2.5% increase will be implemented across the labor grade, all labor grades. Motion, Mr. Dennis. Second, Mr. Blaine. Any questions or comments? Sent to council. Approval of a renewal of an intergovernmental agreement between Ascension Parish Government and Ricky Babin, 23rd District Attorney, to create and implement a drug intervention program for adult offenders. On an annual basis during the term of this agreement, the parish shall provide funds in the amount of $205,000 to fund the program. Motion, Mr. Dennis. Second, Mr. Todd. Any question, Mr. Blaine.
Have we seen with the DA, have they been able to implement or incorporate more people in this system? I know for a while we were struggling, right? Like we were trying to get the numbers up for the intervention.
They have. They've been able to expand the number of people that are being seen at the Ascension Counseling Center, and we're working on an agreement right now to expand it to also include the Grove Recovery Center as one of the providers.
Okay. Yeah, no, it's a great program. I was worried about attendance and all that.
No,
I know we were struggling.
I think that the problem has been more on just kind of the managing it and the provider side rather than on the participant side.
Yeah, appreciate it. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Any other questions or comments? Send to council. Approval of amendment number 1 to the cooperative endeavor agreement with the Capital Area Human Services District to increase the monthly rental reimbursement to $4,811.46 which is one half the increased monthly rental rate of $9,622.92, retroactive to June 8th, 2025.
Motion.
Motion, Mr. Todd, second. Who was that? Mr. Blaine. Any questions or comments? Sent to council. I had to give me some hearing aids. Approval of addendum number 1 to the management of operating agreement with Gaston's Barbecue and Beer LLC to incorporate Exhibit B, Standard Food Service Management Company, vended meal agreement into the original agreement. Price remains at $10 per day per child under 3 years of age and $15 per day per child over the age of 3 years and up to 65 students. Motion, Mr. Blaine, second, Mr. Todd. Any questions?
Mr. This contract is normally in March or something like that.
Yes.
Why we're
So we are working, this is the final piece that we need to be part of the reimbursement program for the state, the CACFP, the Child and Adult Care Food Program. And so the state has worked with the USDA, and they require anyone that has a vendor to provide their meals, that they include this addendum in the contract that you have with the vendor. So we're not changing the date, we're not changing the cost, we're just adding this agreement so that they align with the requirements from USDA.
So we will be going back out for bids on this.
Yeah, the contract ends in March, yeah.
All right, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Any other questions? All right, be sent to council. Approval of a cooperative endeavor agreement between Parish Council of Ascension Parish and the Hospital Service District Number 1 for the Parish of St. James, DDA St. James Parish Hospital, to empower and authorize St. James Parish Hospital to conduct and do business within Ascension Parish in accordance with RS 46.1051 ET.
Chair, sorry, this is council. We're on item J, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, all right, just making sure.
Motion, Tia. Second, Ms. Pam. Any questions or comments? All right, be sent to council. Approval of the Professional Selection Committee's recommendation to select the highest scoring respondent, DRC Emergency Services, LLC, for the request for proposals, debris removal services, and to authorize the parish president to enter in a professional service contract. On this? Okay. All right, entertain a motion? Motion, Mr. Todd. Second, Mr. Dennis. Any questions or comments? Send to council. Item L, approval of the Professional Selection Committee's recommendations to select the highest scoring respondent, Tetra Tech, Inc., for the request for proposals, debris monitoring services, and to authorize the parish president to enter into a professional services contract. Motion, Mr. Blaine. Second, Mr. Dennis. Any questions or comments? Sent to council. M, approval of a renewal of a cooperative endeavor agreement between Ascension Parish Government and Lifehouse for Lifehouse to provide labor and personnel to APG at various operations, and in exchange, APG will provide employment opportunities and pay the laborers provided by Lifehouse with a total not to exceed amount of $150,000. This cooperative endeavor agreement shall terminate on December 31st, 2026. Motion, Mr. Dennis. Second, Ms. Pam. Any questions or comments? Be sent to council. N, approval of the Professional Selection Committee's recommendation to select the highest scoring respondent, Alvin Fairburn and Associates LLC, for the request for qualifications, Bayou McCall Drainage Improvements Engineering Services for the State Drainage Program, and to authorize the parish president to enter a professional service contract. Motion, Mr. Todd. Second, Ms. Pam. Any questions or comments?
Thank you.
Be sent to council. Item O, approval of amendment number 1 to the master contract for professional services for the architectural design for Animal Services Center with the Mujo Architect LLC to extend the contract term to December 31st, 2026, and is retroactive to October 21st, 2025. This amendment only extends the contract term and does not affect the original contract price.
Motion.
Good Lord, Mr. Blaine, motion, and second, Mr. Dennis. Any questions? Mr. Todd? Is somebody here?
What is the overall budget for that? Have they told y'all anything as far as the building cost or whatever? I'm assuming 7.6 million?
That's still where we're at, yes, sir.
Yeah. Man, okay. Appreciate it.
Got the Hilton form. Any other questions?
Gold leaves on the wall.
Be sent to council. P, approval of a renewal of a master contract for professional services with Gresham Smith for the engineering services for the preparation of traffic impact analysis. This renewal has a term of 1 year with the contract amount of $400,000. Gresham Smith will only receive a portion of this amount independent on the task orders awarded and completed. Motion, Mr. Todd. Second, Mr. Blaine. Any questions, comment? Be sent to council. Q, approval of a resolution for annual certification of compliance for the off-system bridge replacement program for January 1st, 2026 through December 31st, 2026, as requested by the Louisiana Department of Transportation and Development. Motion, Mr. Todd, second, Ms. Pam. Any questions or comments? Send to council. You got to get you a chair up here.
Yeah, I'm gonna be here for a bit.
Item R, approval to accept the lowest responsive bid in the amount of $5,101,614.13 submitted by Barrier Construction Company LLC for labor and materials for the roadway widening, bridge removal, and new bridge construction on Roddy Road from Preston Landry to LA 935, and to authorize the parish president to enter this contract. Motion, Mr. Dennis. Second, Ms. Pam. Any questions or comments? Be sent to council. Turn the page. Item S, approval of the Professional Selections Committee's recommendation to select the top 4 highest scoring respondents. 410 Tablada Inc., Stan Tech Consulting Services, ACOM Technical Services Inc., and T. Baker Smith LLC for the quest for qualifications, bridge load rating and design, and authorize parish president to enter professional services contract. Motion, Mr. Todd. Second, Mr. Blaine. Any questions, comments? Send to council. Item T, approval of renewal of master service contract with Cody Edwards Trucking LLC at a rate of $115 per hour for dump trucks with drivers on an as-needed basis to assist with hauling hot asphalt to various locations within Ascension Parish. Total budget amount of $175,000 to be shared between 3 providers. Motion, Mr. Todd. Second, Ms. Tia. That was the same price as last year, huh?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
This
That's
is
what
an
I thought.
extension.
Yeah. Any questions, comments? Send to council. Approval of renewal of master service contract with JFK Trucking LLC at a rate of $115 per hour for dump trucks with drivers on an as-needed basis to assist with hauling hot asphalt to various locations within Ascension Parish. Total budget amount of $175,000 to be shared between 3 providers. Motion, Ms. Tia. Second, Mr. Dennis. Any questions or comments? Send to council. Y'all gotta be loud over there. V. Yeah. Y'all doing it like at the exact same time. Item V, approval of renewal of master services contract with Seekey First Enterprises LLC at a rate of $110 per hour for tri-axle and $125 per hour for quad-axle dump trucks with drivers on an as-needed basis to assist with hauling hot asphalt to various locations within Ascension Parish. Total budget amount of $175,000 to be shared between 3 providers. Motion, Mr. Dennis. Second, Ms. Tia. Any questions or comments? Mr. Blaine.
Mr. Helms.
Yes, sir.
Last cycle, how much of that do we use in the budget? Ballpark, I mean,
I'm getting a head shake from my project manager back there. I will get back with you with that answer.
that's fine, just a generalized, we're budgeting that amount of,
Was
if
it
we
even
need to be
close?
prepared to go high
I
or
don't believe it
low,
was
or-
close.
Okay,
We originally set this amount based on the fact that it was so difficult to get dump trucks for purchase. So that was basically the cost of a truck that we extended over for these 3 years. So we have not, I don't believe that we've been flirting with that ceiling.
Okay.
But I will
So-
get you the answer.
And the reason I ask is because I know that report's coming, right? Our roads report. So
Yes, sir.
are you going to anticipate maybe we need to get a little more in the budget next year, or?
We have increased our planned budget for in-house asphalt paving for next year.
Okay.
In fact, we almost doubled it.
Okay.
So we will be using this and the trucks that we've been able to procure over the last 2 years to really make a dent in our road paving next year. And then really over the next 3 years.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, I don't think that's a bad price if you
No,
figure
it's
out
not.
maintenance
That's why
and
I'm asking.
everything else.
I mean,
That's
to be
not
honest,
bad.
That's not much.
All right, that ought to be sent to council.
I just
Oh,
want to say for the record, that's a great price.
I agree.
We don't want them hearing that. So go up on them.
You said that out loud.
yeah, on TV. Item W, approval of amendment number 3 to the master contract for professional services with Elos Environmental LLC for services to acquire a United States Army Corps of Engineer permit for the Energy Transition Parkway Phase 2 project. This change order will increase the contract amount by $13,000 for new not to exceed amount of $52,500.
Motion.
Motion, Mr. Blaine. Second, Ms. Pam. Any questions, comments? Be sent to council. Item X, approval of letter of no objection from Boardwalk Ethane Pipeline LLC for the Energy Transition Parkway Phase 2 project and approval for Parish President Clint Whitmore to execute the agreement. Motion, Mr. Blaine. Second, Ms. Pam. Any questions, comments? Sent to council. Item Y, approval of letter of no objection from InLink Processing Services LLC for the Energy Transition Parkway Phase 2 project and approval for Parish President Clint Whitmore to execute the agreement. Motion, Mr. Blaine. Second, Ms. T. Any questions, comments? Sent to council. Item Z, approval of a letter of no objection from Gulf South Pipeline Company LLC for the Energy Transition Parkway Phase 2 project and approval for Parish President Clint Whitmore to execute the agreement. Motion, Ms. Pam?
Yes.
Second, Mr. Blaine. Y'all two sound alike. Any questions or comments? One of y'all need to pick. Huh? I can barely hear you anyway. Be sent to council. Approval of consent to encroachment over pipeline servitude from Shell Pipeline Company for the Energy Transition Parkway Phase 2 project and approval for our Parish President Clint Whitmore to execute the agreement. Motion, Mr. Blaine.
Second.
Second, Ms. Pam. Any questions or comments? Thank you. Sent to council. Item BB. Approval of cooperative endeavor agreement between Ascension Parish Government and Louisiana Department of Transportation and Development for the Roddy Road and Black Bayou Road roundabout project and approval for Parish President Clint Whitmore to execute the agreement. Motion, Mr. Dennis. Second, Ms. Tia. Any questions or comments? Be sent to council. Item CC. Approval of Louisiana Department of Transportation Development change order number 6 to the contract with R.J. Daigle and Sons Contractors, Inc. for Ascension Parish Overlay Program, State Project H.014704 for reconciliation of final quantities. This change order decreases the contract amount by $8,116.78 for a new total contract of $3,602,157.69. Motion, Mr. Dennis. Second, Mr. Blaine. Any questions or comments? Sent to council. Item DD, approval of final acceptance of the Ascension Parish Overlay Program Project, State Project H.014704, R.J. Daigle and Sons Contractors, Inc. Motion, Mr. Blaine. Second, Ms. Pam. Any questions or comments? Be sent to council. I'm gonna have to separate y'all. Separate y'all. Item EE, approval of a renewal of a professional service contract for surveying and subsurface utility engineering services with the following firms: Earls and Associates LLC, Crescent Engineering and Mapping LLC, Quality Engineering and Surveying LLC, and SJB Group LLC. Original contract date, November 17th, 2022, with one-year renewal terms, not to exceed a total of 5 years. Total amount not to exceed is $150,000 to be shared with other providers. Motion, Ms. Pam. Second, Mr. Dennis. Any questions or comment? Sent to council. FF, approval of a cooperative endeavor agreement between Ascension Parish Government and Louisiana Department of Transportation and Development for the Roddy Road and Bayou Narcisse Road intersection reconstruction as part of the Roddy Road widening, Phase 1 project, and approval for Parish President Quitmall to execute the agreement. Motion, Mr. Dennis. Second, Mr. Blaine. Any questions or comments? Will be sent to council.
I think we need to get you your own committee, Mr. Mayor.
Sounds like it.
Item GG, approval to enter into a contract with CMC Corporate Solutions to provide quarterly preventative maintenance and 24/7 emergency repair services on all Lamar Dixon Expo Center chiller plants, air conditioning and heating units, and exhaust fans. Contract amount not to exceed $100,000. Motion, Ms. Pam. Second, Mr. Blaine. Any questions, comments? Sent to council. Item HH, approval of amendment number 3 to grass cutting contract with ENC Bush Hogging LLC to extend the contract term for 1 year. Original contract date was January 1st, 2024, with 2 one-year renewal options after the initial term. The total annual amount is $208,188 for the second extended term of 1-year extension period. Motion, Mr. Pam, second, Mr. Todd. Any questions, comments? Send to council. Item II, approval of change order number 1 to the contract with Cypress Roofing LLC for the removal and replacement of the District Attorney's Building D roof project for an increase of $7,323.42 for additional work not in the original scope of contract due to unforeseen conditions. Total contract price with the change order is $51,477.71. Motion, Mr. Josephs. Second, Mr. Dennis. Any questions or comments?
I have one.
Yes, ma'am.
What was the additional work that wasn't in original scope?
Originally, when it was inspected, they assumed the gutters could be reused. Once they started removing them, they couldn't. They had to redo them.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions? Comment? Please send to council. Item JJ, approval of amendment number 2 to the master contract for professional services with McKinney Creed, Inc. for the water sector program. This amendment only extends the term of the project and does not affect the original contract price. Original contract date, September 26, 2022, with an option to renew for one year after the 1-year period ends, not to exceed a total of 3 years. Motion, Mr. Dennis. Second, Mr. Blaine. Any questions or comments? Sent to council. Item KK, approval to enter into a legal services contract with Roy Keisel Ford Doty and North and APLC to conduct trademark and patent work on the parish logo for an amount not to exceed $10,000. Got a question, Mr. Ty, and got 2 questions.
I'm just curious, what do we,
Oh, yeah.
I'm just curious what the reason why we need to trademark. Is the meme guy coming after us or something? I'm just curious.
We have spent money and time perfecting a logo, so, and, in this digital age, we want to make sure that it's protected for our purposes.
And we're doing that for the old one, I read too, right?
Yes, which was never done. And that we're getting an evaluation on what, depending on the technicality of the artwork, as to what level of protection we can get. And I think due to the fact that we have a pretty specialized artwork, it's going to get it more protection.
On the new logo, you said?
On the old one.
Who did the artwork on the logos?
I'm not sure.
I was just curious.
The old logo is old, so who knows? The new logo we did in-house.
I didn't know if it was some artist or something.
No, the
that
new
needed
logo
some
we did
kind of
in-house.
protection or something. I
No,
was just
no.
curious.
I mean, did we,
If it's somebody internally that done it on the computer and we're protecting it for some
Right.
reason, I was just curious.
Microsoft Art.
Yeah, exactly.
So we are going to clean up the
Stupid
old
question of
logo?
the day.
I'm sorry.
As far as which logo gets used where, we're just protecting them for now. What other decisions are made?
Well, if we're submitting a rendering of it, you would need to clean up what we have before you submit it, would you not?
You're talking about cleaning up this logo?
Yes, sir.
That's a great question. That, I think that the intent was to submit it as is, because as we looked into cleaning it up, it just opened up a can of worms as to how far do you go before it no longer looks like it was meant to look. It's complicated. It's old. It does need some TLC, but I think that we hadn't contemplated going in and changing it before we did this effort.
I personally like the old one.
Second that.
All right, entertain a motion, or,
I think Chase, third.
motion, Mr. Blaine,
Second.
second, Mr. Dennis. Any other questions or comments? Send to council. Item LL, approval of amendment number 1 to the legal services contract with Dago, Feist, and Kissing to increase the contract by $50,000 for a total contract amount not to exceed $200,000 to continue representation in general legal matters through April 22nd, 2026. Motion, Ms. Pam. Second, Mr. Dennis. Any questions, comments? Sent to council. ML, contract report of all contract agreements entered into the month of October 2025. Contract report was emailed to the committee members ahead of the meeting, and that any questions submitted should have been answered before the meeting. If there are any further questions, then contact legal or finance. 6A, monthly report of new positions added to the Ascension Parish Government Classification Plan in the month of September to October 2025. Ms. Megan?
All right, there I am. Good evening. So I know in review of that packet, we only had one position that was added, and that was for the chief drainage engineer. So that's something maybe down the line.
All right. Any questions? Parish position report, third quarter 2025. Ms. Megan again.
Okay. So something to note on this particular report, when I looked at the overtime, I saw obviously there was an astronomical difference. And so we did have Hurricane Francine this time, of course, in that third quarter. And so that's why you see that huge variance there. So it's definitely a good indicator for us to kind of look at what are those storms cost us even when they're on a smaller scale, affecting our area. And so that was something that I took note of. Outside of that, I don't know if you guys had any other further questions regarding the report.
Any questions?
All right.
All right, anybody can view the report at the link included on the agenda and follow up with finance and staff for any questions. Motion to adjourn. Motion to adjourn, Mr. Dennis. Second, Mr. Todd. Y'all have a good evening.